think we can agree that this TMNT collab has been awesome. We are getting a very good login champion. The fusion is ongoing, plus we have what is right around the corner coming soon for those other champions. Now for today's video, I'm gonna go ahead and get my Michelangelo going. Hey you guys, it's Cece. Welcome back to my channel. Now that I've gotten Michelangelo, I am super excited because it is something I've said before, and I honestly think he is such a good legendary attack champion, especially for being a free login champion. I am super excited that I finally got him, but I need to now actually see if I potentially build him because honestly, you guys, not sure if I have the gear. Now, he is a banner lord, and part of the reason I'm excited to actually get him is because I'm on track to also get Donatello. And my banner lords on here, I've got some champs in here. So, I mean, it's not going too bad when it comes to something like Faction Wars. However, I am happy that I do have another turtle I can pair with him because essentially whenever one or the other attacks, they're going to join in together. So obviously the more of them that I can get, the better, because I would love to test them together. However, for now, I'm at least on track to get Donatello, and then also having Mikey and being able to actually try them both, I think will be a lot of fun. Of course, you'll have to wait to actually see that test. As much as I would love to get the other turtles though, they did have a progressive going on with Raphael. It's not here now, and there's been some speculation as to what the other events will be in the future to get the other turtles. But until then, we are just gonna have to wait and see, and depending on if you'll have the resources for it or not is really gonna be another question. I do think out of all of them, the one that I've heard people be super excited about is actually Leonardo. So him being the legendary defense. So with his skills, I can definitely see why people would want him. The first skill, attacking 2 times and then ignoring part of the defense for each buff on this champ, which does stack. He's got an increased defense buff on all allies, an ally protection buff, an unkillable, and a counterattack buff on this champ. Has an AoE attacking all enemies, and then the damage inflicted by this skill increases for each buff on all allies and enemies. Removes all buffs from all enemies if this attack kills an enemy, and then it's got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle unity as well, which is really cool. So the more of them you have, the better. I would love to get Leonardo because then I'd be at least able to use Leonardo, Michelangelo, and Donatello, which would be awesome. Also has a passive too, which has the stone skin buff in it, which I can see why everybody really wants Leonardo, and him of course being a void. So I think that's one of the places that people are really saving resources for. Now, I mean, you can see my account, I don't have a lot of resources. So for now, I'm kind of just counting on having the 2 turtles. It would be nice to get more, but at the very least, have the 2 that I can kind of play around with and see what we can potentially do with them. So going over to Mikey and figuring out how we actually want to build this champion. So a few things to consider. So he is going to need a bit of accuracy. You are getting some buff in here, but it would be nice to get the accuracy to really be able to land these debuffs. The decrease of the defense, the stun in there as well. You have a leech, decrease of attack, and then of course the taunt, you're getting a shield as well. So you do want him built on high attack as well, since part of that is going to affect the shield that you actually get on this champ. Other points to mention is we do actually want some crit on there as well to take advantage of the skill that essentially says if you crit, XYZ is going to happen. And the fact that he does have an aura which increases ally accuracy. So, I mean, if you don't have the active gear, you can always use this aura as an option. I will most likely be using him for PvE versus PvP, because in PvP, I feel like I want a speed aura, but for PvE, I can kind of play around a little bit. Now, when it comes to the actual gear and what I want to put on Michelangelo, definitely a few different options, but I think you would want to take advantage of some specific gear sets. Again, looking for the stats, accuracy, your crit rate, your speed, attack, of course, percent. And then you're going to be doing that crit rate. You're going to want some crit damage as well. Now, for gear, I definitely wouldn't mind doing something like a lethal or savage, even merciless if I have it. But I mean, honestly, realistically, I don't know what I have within that realm, especially for something like merciless. Savage, I've got a little bit I can actually work with in here, as well as I think I've gotten a little bit more on the lethal side. I think since I've last checked, they're not gear sets I use a lot of because I really don't have a lot of them. But I mean, they're kind of in here. I have building up my cruel as well a little bit. Yeah, see, I currently have 1 for merciless, so I mean that's completely out of the question. We're not even gonna look at that. So I think what we'll do is we'll start in with the savage. see what I can potentially do there. I mean, some gear is going to be better than no gear, so I think it'll be like a Savage and an Offset, possibly something like Perception in there. Because I don't think I would be able to do some of the 9 sets like a Stone Skin or realistically a Pinpoint, anything like that. I have some Pinpoint actually, that's not bad, but I don't think I have enough to really take full advantage of like a 9-piece set here. So I'm gonna see what I have that I can actually work with for this champion. So I ended up going for a Savage Perception set, and one of the things I'm super happy about is the fact that we have permanent gear removal, because I can change this up at any time as I get better gear and more gear. For now, it's really so I can actually go ahead and use this champion and put him through into essentially my battles. Now, one of the places I do really want to test him out is going to be, of course, Faction Wars. Now, the only thing is with Faction Wars and the Turtles, the fact that they are different factions, we can't really take advantage of like their turtle unity essentially and being able to test that out here. So that test is gonna have to wait and go into something like dungeons, but also thinking something like Doom Towers. So I definitely am excited to try them all out together. Now, unfortunately, the Bannerlord Crypt is not open right now. I actually can't test him out right now, but at the very least, I'm happy I have gear on him, and it kind of works out because right now there is actually the champion training tournament happening. So ascending champions, leveling them up, upgrading the ranks, using skill tomes, all of that stuff is going to count towards getting more pieces for Donatello. There is also the gear enhancement event, which I hadn't started yet. Now, it won't take me super long to actually get this done, because even just now going through and trying to get some gear going onto Michelangelo, it started using some points there, so not too bad. In terms of actual pieces, just to give you guys an update of where I am at for this. So for the Fragment Fusion, I do currently have 60 pieces here, so I am still needing another 40. Now with this, of course, part of what I'm happy about is I think I can actually fully skip Summon Rush, which is good. I can hang on to the shards I do have, continue to build up my shard stash. Dungeon Divers will be starting in about 5 hours, and going into the tournaments, there is the Fire Knight tournament also happening right now. Classic Arena Takedown will be happening. So I'm pretty much just trying to figure out now which events I want to skip. So Fire Knight tournament, I may go ahead and actually do this one, but I am going to wait to go ahead and start farming that until Dungeon Divers opens up, so I can kind of do the 2 birds, 1 stone. So until then, I think I will spend my time focusing partly on my gear enhancement, also on the champion training tournament, because there's a potential to get 10 pieces out of here as well. Maybe more, depending how much you decide to do, I guess, when it comes to these top spots. I did manage to snag the 2nd spot on the champion chase one, so we'll see for this one. I do have to do some upgrading, so that can get me some decent points. Ascending will be a little bit. Skill tomes is really what does do quite a bit, and actually I've got skill tomes to use. The question is, who do I want to go ahead and use my skill tomes on? So I do have 24 legendary. I have 61 of the epics, and you know what, I actually have some epics that could use some of these skill tomes, so maybe I will go ahead and do that and finish them off. Okay, Demitha's fully finished, but you know, I'm gonna say Geomancer, it looks like I've already finished that one as well. Maybe I'll do Whisper. I've been using her in a lot of places, pretty much everywhere. And I do have some other good champs as well. I think Uugo should be complete as well, because Uugo is a champ I built very early on. I got Uugo, of course, using my own link. That was the champ I picked for level 10, and I'm so happy I did, because Uugo is amazing. Use her everywhere. Such a great champ. I could also do Godseeker and Neri in here potentially. It's more so my legendaries I'm trying to figure out who I want to book and use. I do use He-Man everywhere. That's definitely a potential. I think Siffy should be completely done for books, so she's good to go. But with all of that in mind, we'll see where I end up for the champion training tournament. I am going to go ahead and try to snag potentially the 2nd spot, because I have a lot of champs that do need building right now, that need ascending. I recently pulled, I have a ton sitting at 50 that I'd actually like to bring up to 60. So all of these things in mind, we're gonna see where I essentially end up, but quite excited that I finally do have Michelangelo. I think he is, again, a really good login champion. Excited to test him out, use him, and really put him to the test once I have Donatello fuse to be able to kind of use them together and take advantage of that. If you download Raid Shadow Legends using my link, I'm actually going to start you off with the free legendary champion on day 1. And then at level 10, level 20, and level 30, you'll get yourself an epic. That is 4 amazing champions that you can get just by downloading using my link. That's it for today's video. I want you guys comment down below. Let me know what gear did you end up putting on your Michelangelo and how is your fusion journey going for your Donatello if you're doing it. Be sure you leave those comments down below and I will read them, reply back to them. Be sure you also subscribe so you follow me along my raid journey as I have some interesting new videos coming your way soon. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!